Hi, I'm Julie Lawrence, and I volunteer for the Respect Life Committee at Mary Queen of Peace. So the Respect Life Committee has kind of four main activities. We do an annual baby shower in June that collects money and donations for 3 local pregnancy centers in the area. And the other activity we do is spiritual adoption. So that starts in October and runs through June. Basically, we have a flyer out in the church kiosk that shows the development of the baby for each month of the pregnancy and has a prayer, and that goes for the 9 months of pregnancy. Then the third activity we do is to inform parishioners of legislation around life, and that could be euthanasia, assisted suicide, abortion, or the death penalty. And the final activity we do is a new one we added where we oversee the Prepares program through Catholic Community Services, which is a mentorship program for women who are pregnant and need help. So I started in a program called 40 Days for Life, which is not just Catholics, it's many different faiths that come together, and we stand on the sidewalk outside Planned Parenthood. And we pray 1 day a week for 40 days, and I did this during Lent one year. And I would take my rosary, I would pray, and I often contemplated the verse from Jeremiah. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I consecrated you. And I would pray for God's will and how I can make a difference in these young women's lives. How could I serve God and help these women who were going into Planned Parenthood, and you could see the fear and anxiety on their faces. In that program, I met some parishioners from St. Louis Parish, and they go year-round, twice a week, and stand outside Planned Parenthood, and they told me about the Respect Life ministry at their church. So at the next ministry fair, I went to the Respect Life table and signed up, and that's how I got involved. So I feel that we are all called to protect life, and that protection of life is of utmost concern for all Catholics, and that starts at conception through death. And I feel we're called to be the voice for the voiceless, and to help those who are marginalized, to give a helping hand to those in need and around us in our community. And there's 2 moments that really impacted me in this work. One moment, I had the opportunity to mentor a young woman. She was 18, a single mom, her first pregnancy. And the first few meetings, you could see the fear and anxiety in her face. She was worried about all the things new moms are worried about. What will I do for daycare? She didn't know if she could go back to work full time. She didn't know what kind of job she could find that would support her and her young daughter. And she didn't have that support system that so many of us take for granted. And being able to meet with her and help her through those challenges, whether it was talking through what to put on her resume, whether it was thinking through daycare options or finding other financial support resources for her, you could see that fear and anxiety kind of transform into excitement and joy. And being able to witness that impacted me, because I think a lot of times as an adult, we tend to focus on our day-to-day lives and not take a moment to see how we can have an impact on others and help them. And truly what they need is that human connection and love, and reflecting God's love to them and knowing that they are loved and supported. I had another moment just recently in June. We did our baby shower here at the church, and we set up a table in the vestibule, and I brought this to show. So I had this on the table, and it's a full-scale model of the first trimester of what the baby from the beginning to end of first trimester looks like in the womb. And the beautiful thing was, this was on our table, and as the parishioners came into Mass, the children, every single child, stopped to look at this model. And you could see the awe in their faces. You could see they were truly, they were stunned. They said, I was this small, and they're talking to their parents, and it started a conversation between the child and the parent that I'm not sure would have happened otherwise. And it was beautiful to witness that, and I think when you see the awe in children's faces, it reminds us as adults, this is a miracle. And sometimes I think we take this gift of life for granted, but it truly is a miracle and gift from God.